This episode of The Fakist is brought to you by The Fakist. You can get some pretty sick Fakist swag at store.thefakist.com. Feeling guilty? Dr. LuLaRoe is here to break down exactly how many charitable donations you need to make to absolve yourself of your sins.
Then we confront a so-called fan on Up to the Minute with me, Ron JOLIVER.
Plus, celebrities won't shut up about their generosity. We'll do the bidding of their PR teams coming up on Toads Hollywood.
A new salon with open bar service increases customer satisfaction by over 300%. But what's the true cost of drunken beauty? We're here with the answer, so don't go anywhere. Seriously, we'll know.
Breaking the fake news for real. From KCOM Studios in somewhere west of New York City, this is The Fakist, and it starts now.
Good evening. I'm Paul Defoe, I guess. If you can hear the sound of my voice, send boobs.
Of course people can hear you, Paul. That weird red gas cloud blew out of here, and we're back on the air.
Well, Leanne, we might be back on the air, but according to the latest numbers, our viewership has tanked. Here, Tim, come here. Give her the stats.
Well, all right. In the key 29 to 36-year-old stay-at-home mom demographic, we've seen a bitty dip.
How bitty of a dip?
Actually, not all that bitty. Ha-ha! Last sweeps, we averaged around 74,000 viewers every night. Right now, it's less than that. Ha-ha!
How much less?
Tonight we got a cool 740 DAWNSTAR Essential Scent Spray fanatics watching the show.
My Tumblr has more followers than that.
Yeah, all right. Tell you what, I'm gonna go have some Sudafed about it.
Paul, what are we gonna do?
It's gonna be okay, Leanne. I know a thing or two about juking the ratings. Producer computer, play the open I loaded up this morning.
Paul Defoe is giving away tons of shit tonight on the first annual 901,000 giveaways. And now the founder of the feast, Mr. Paul Defoe.
Thanks, our unnamed but incredibly important announcer. You're spot on. We're giving away tons of free shit, and all for watching The Fakist. Go to your The Fakist app, then hit the share button to beam out a notification to your entire contact list. Win prizes like
A new car with a serious engineering flaw.
And
A duffel bag stuffed with $1 bills and... yeah, that's cocaine.
Dollars and drugs.
We've also got this tote featuring this picture of Paul and Leanne, which you can get at a completely reasonable price if you don't win it at store.thefakist.com.
Tote bag.
all these prizes, plus about 996 more, could be yours. But you have to be watching The Fakist to win. Stay tuned for more on our
Night of 1,000 giveaways!
Wow, Paul. That's really generous of you.
If the past few months have taught me anything, it's that you can never go wrong doing nice things for other people.
It can be a little more nuanced than...
Nope. Generosity never hurts anybody, ever.
But Paul...
Now, on to our top story. Somewhere west of New York City, Mayor AUDRA RELIANT is leaving her mark on our beautiful city skyline. For more, we go to Tim Monet, currently somewhere outside, somewhere west of New York City's City Hall. Tim?
Thanks, Paul. I'm here at City Hall, where mere moments ago, Mayor AUDRA RELIANT announced a big win for football fans, and a big loss for the creeps that don't like football, like my brother-in-law, Andre. Here's a clip from earlier.
The red cloud blinded the city, but I'm here today to tell you that it's time we blow away the crimson stink that cloud left behind. For too long, we've been starved of our tourist dollars. For too long, novelty t-shirt vendors have gone without a hot meal or a place to sleep. For too damn long, we've lived with that ugly park and that ugly water fountain right in the heart of the city. Today, I'm proud to announce a strategic partnership with the somewhere west of New York City Foundrymen, our quadruple A-class, off-season, Formal X high school football team. We have a new home for them, right in the heart of the city, with easy access to overpriced wing huts and underpriced hand jobs. If we're going to bring this old city back, we must tear down all those disgusting trees in Mid-Central Park and erect a football stadium for middle-aged men to relive their greatest childhood accomplishments. Questions?
Mayor Reliant, the water fountain in Mid-Central Park was named one of the top water fountains in the Midwest United States. Why do you want to destroy our defining landmark for an amateur football league?
My team, the Foundrymen, are not amateurs, you yellow-bellied fat butcher. Heck, Jim Steffens almost played for the Bills 30 years ago.
Wait, aren't you Mayor Reliant's husband?
But of course. More relevant to this conversation, however, is my ownership of the Foundrymen, somewhere west of New York City's most favorite, almost pro team.
Excuse me, Mayor Reliant, Louis Lane, Daily Star. Doesn't this feel like a conflict of interest to you?
Certainly not. No more questions. Look for this great addition to the city in 2020.
Now we're waiting on the steps of City Hall, hoping to catch the mayor as she sneaks out to her car. Hey, Mayor and friends, why don't you slow it down, my little chickadees?
Tim Monet, the fakist, right? Why would I talk to you?
Because I have concrete evidence that you conspired with your husband to profit from the construction of a useless football stadium in the heart of the city.
Prove it.
You go, girl. Producer computer, play the tape.
Play tape.
Well, I think the team might fold.
Honey, don't even worry about it. You know I always take care of you.
Oh, Audra, with curling gaining so much praise here, somewhere west of New York City, football's just lost its sheen. I just want to curl up and die.
Don't be ridiculous. You have been seeing therapists for years. You should not be like this. You know I have the kind of control where I can make you happy. Don't I always do that for you?
Yes, you hit me when I say no.
It makes me feel better. That's really all that matters. Okay, Honey Bear. Now what can I do to make this better for you?
Well, you are mayor.
That's right.
And a new stadium might boost attendance. People will go see a crap team in a new building. Just think of the Orlando Magic 10 years ago.
This stadium is an easy sell. This could work. We just tell the Rubes that it's going to be great for local businesses, then build your team up into a local attraction using their money. Trust me, we do shit like this all the time. None of the news outlets around here are going to ask any questions. Not if they want an invite to the Christmas ball, anyway.
How devilish, dear. We'll have our own private skybox, I presume.
As long as people think we're helping them, we can have whatever we want.
Pretty damning, wouldn't you say, Mayor Reliant?
That is fake news. It's the fakest, for goodness sake. They probably recorded this whole thing with actors back at the studio. You can't believe them.
Mayor Reliant, usually you'd be right, but in this case, I stumbled across this recording on your Facebook profile. Apparently, you went live after checking in at Madame Capral's Thai Bistro.
Like I would friend a fake news phony like you.
Except you did, after the Christmas ball last year. You and my rebound girlfriend, Tracy, really hit it off.
Oh, yeah. Tracy, how is she?
Great. She's getting ready to have our little explorer. Girl.
Oh, that's great. Send her my love.
Will do. So, what were you talking about again?
I don't know. Was it... Oh, yeah. We were talking about how I used my position of power to bolster my husband's failing semi-amateur football team.
So, you admit it.
Shit.
But what's the harm? The city will get it all back in big, juicy tourism dollars.
We love tourists.
Shit. Looks like you were right, Mayor Reliant. Everybody seems happy with it, so I guess there's no scandal here after all. Looks like my ex-wife was right about me after all. Nothing but a washed-up sack of failure. What kind of father am I going to be Sorry, Paul. I'm going to throw it back to you in the studio. I'll bring back my badge tomorrow. For now, I'm just going to lie in this gutter and cry.
Now, it's time to hand out our first prize in our
Night of 1,000 giveaway.
For our first giveaway, I'm going to send a check for $4,000 to 500 lucky members of the Fakist Faithful.
Whoa, Paul! That's really generous. How much is that in total?
Oh, I don't know, probably like $1 million or something. No big whoop. I have plenty. And we really need to pump these numbers. Okay, folks, here are the first 500 winners on this night of 1,000 giveaways. In no particular order.
Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Scrooge McDuck, Montpere Defoe, Johnny Knoxville, Steve Stone, Richie Rich, Richie Middle Class, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworthless, Albert Einstein, Eichberg Sourpuss, Elon Musk, Cardi A, Cardi C, Cardi D, Ronflo, Perseverance, Jay Cathy, Smog.
Congrats to all of you. Checks in the mail. Leanne, remind me to put those checks in the mail.
Paul, it's nice that you're giving away so much of your personal money to help the show, but do you really think this is the best use of the audience's time?
If it boosts those numbers, it's gonna be all worth it. Now, we're gonna take a quick commercial break.
But Paul, we've only done one story. Don't you think it's a little...
And I just gave away like $1 million. I'm no math whiz, but we gotta recoup that cost somehow. Hey, producer computer, why don't you target people based on conversations they had with their lovers while the phone was sitting on a dresser across the room? Let's get real creepy with this ad break. The more they question their sanity, the better.
Calculating. Creepiness ratio adjusted to 87%. Playing out in 5 seconds.
Great. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back with more fantabulous prizes on the Fakist'
Night of 1,000 giveaway.
Debt giving you frown lines? Rent a kid. Afraid to be cringy?
Well then.
Rent a kid. Are your clients too stingy? Oh, just rent a kid.
Hi, I'm DEBRA DAWNSTAR, new owner and CEO of Rent-A-Kid. Don't you hate awkward moments like this?
Hi, Liz. Do you have the expense reports?
Sure, Sally. Say, would you like to look at this catalog of amazing clothes from Witch Fix, that hot new entrepreneurial clothing company everybody's talking about?
I don't think so, Liz. My accountant told me I shouldn't get mixed up in these newfangled pyramid schemes.
Witch Fix isn't, eh?
Sorry, Liz, but it's a no.
Come on. Don't you want to be financially independent?
That's it, Liz. I'm reporting you to HR for running your side hustle on company time like the narc that I am.
Has this happened to you? You offer a close friend a new business opportunity only to have them turn on you like a fucking narc? Sometimes it's hard to break through the social barriers stopping us from making money on the backs of our loved ones. Save face. Rent-A-Kid is on the case. Our curated team of task kitties are at your beck and call, ready to help you dump your boss babe inventory on unsuspecting cousins, neighbors, co-workers, and strangers. Just use our app to request a kid.
Hey kid, get it!
Thanks to our partnership with Uber, we'll have a kid ready to pitch your preacher's wife before you can say, "Hun, you'd love these stretchy slacks."
Sister Rachel, have you met my young friend? What's your name?
I'm Bella.
Bella.
Lady, your butt looks big in those culottes. Miss Liz, didn't that witch fix have culottes that hide your butt?
Oh, Bella, you can't say things like that to people. But Sister Rachel, now that she mentions it, you might be in need of some assistance, if you catch my meaning.
Oh, really? Tell me more about this witch fix, then.
See? Pitching people doesn't have to be a social gamble. Not with Rent-A-Kid.
One time, I sold a self-help course to an old guy while he was burying his dead cat.
I sold Girl Scout cookies to a bride on her wedding day. Like one time, this lady was at a family reunion and her family didn't like her, so she told them I was her baby she gave up for adoption when she was 15. But then she said that I found her with a genetic testing kit. Then we started selling them. We sold like 70 billion, trillion, bazillion kits. It was cool. I kind of wish they were my family.
Rent-A-Kid! Download it today, and our kids will help you get that awkward shit out of the way so you can start making that money.
The Fakist is unaware that Rent-A-Kid is a sponsor again. Don't tell them. You aren't a fucking narc like Sally, right? No, you aren't a narc. Rent-A-Kid and Witch Fix are not responsible for any social or legal repercussions related to using minors for major financial gain. But you'll totally make money selling Witch Fix, we swear. Hell, they should probably call us a charity, but not in the legal sense.
Well, hopefully that ad totally creeped you folks at home out. We'll get back to our
Night of 1,000 giveaways
in just a minute. But first, a little intrusion from across the pond.
That's right. Our bitter British blogger Ron Joliver is back to tell you what went wrong in the world this week.
Up to the minute with Ron Joliver.
Hello, good evening and welcome, you silly little Americans. You've been doing so much wrong since the last time I was here, like drinking tea without your pinky finger out, or not forming an orderly queue. Sadly, I only have time to focus on one topic, and tonight, that topic is generosity. Now, most people believe generosity is of the divine. But we here at Up to the Minute know the dark side of generosity. Take Roy Silver, for example. He's a 40-year-old Seattle native, as well-educated as one can be in America, but poor enough to still carry some of that famous grunge-era teen angst.
Yeah, I've been looking out for the needy in Seattle for the last 20 years. There's a whole generation that's out there, lost and hungry. I take them in and share my greatest gift with them, all 19 episodes of my so-called life.
Sometimes people fill their minds with all these stupid things, you know?
After we're done, I feed them broccoli bites from McDonald's.
Now, I like food just as much as the next man, but Mr. Silver doesn't just make his starving victims watch 946 minutes of cancelled 90s teen drama starring Claire Danes and the Joker as a popular toxic couple, Angela Chase and Jordan Catalano. No. He also makes them wear his homemade Operation Life Support t-shirts. They write letters asking ABC to bring back the cast of My So-Called Life for a new series, or at least a reunion movie. Back in my home country, we called this sort of thing slavery, and participated for only a short time. But get this, for each episode they watch, these hungry hippos receive just 2 broccoli bites. And McDonald's recommended serving is 20. Roy Silver gives them just enough to keep them alive for the next heartbreaking, almost confession from Angela's childhood friend, Brian Krakow.
You couldn't even begin to imagine the pressure I'm under.
Boo-hoo-hoo. He's literally shoving that teen angst down desperate people's throats. This isn't a Willy Wonka golden meal ticket. It's more like a Wally Wanker's support group.
You agreed to have a certain personality or something.
Now, like everyone else, I loved watching that fetching Jordan Catalano lean against a wall while Angela, well, she looked on thirsty.
I thought at least by the age of 15 I would have a love life. But I don't even have a like life.
But it's over, Roy. It's over. You have to accept we'll never know if Angela's parents were destined for divorce, Roy, or if Rayanne maintained her sobriety. Glug, glug. You'll just have to accept it. and move on like the rest of us. Just write some fanfic or... Oh God, I can't accept it. Why did you have to get cancelled, my so-called life? How can I live not knowing if Jordan's band for the 30 Seconds to Mars or not? What about Angela? Did she ever realise just how unnatural that shade of red looked on her? We'll never know, damn it, Roy. Damn it. You win. I'll eat your delicious McDonald's food. Come get me, Roy. I'm right so many damn letters. Now you're right up to the minute. For the Fakist, I'm Ron JOLIVER.
Ron, is that it? Is that your in-depth report? You didn't even use the word eviscerate.
Ron, are you crying?
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Come on, Ron. These non-lifers just don't understand life in the burg like we do. Let's go back to mine and start writing those letters.
Can we stop at McDonald's and get their new biscuits and crisps McFlurry?
Sure, Ron. Anything you want.
Thanks, Roy. You're so wonderfully generous. So sorry about attacking you before. I'm leaving, Paul.
Leanne, that man has just not been the same since I found out he was a Christmas ghost. It's like the fire went out of him or something.
Paul, I thought you told that consultant you wouldn't mention the Christmas ghost stuff on air anymore. It makes you less credible, if that's possible.
Shoot. That's right. There were no Christmas ghosts. What a silly idea. How about we balance that out with some more sweet swag on the Night of 1,000 giveaways?
Night of 1,000 giveaways. Your favorite Fakist anchor is giving away more than he should during the first annual Night of 1,000 giveaways. Now, Paul DAFOE.
Thanks, our mysterious, anxiety-causing announcer. We've already given away some absolutely real prizes during the show on our The Fakist app. Trust us, there have been a ton of winners. We just can't prove any of it for legal reasons. Now, we're ready to give away a big prize on the air. What is it, Carrie?
A new car with a serious engineering flaw.
A new car.
That's right. This is a 2012 Chevy Aveo with a bad rear axle that is prone to snap in half if it's driven within 10,000 feet of a cell phone tower. We ran a pulse poll.
Pulse poll.
Yeah, a pulse poll. Anyway, we ran a pulse poll on the Fakist app which asked, are you desperate enough for a new car that you'd drive one that isn't safe? We got an astounding, overwhelming response and are pleased as punch to announce that this POS is going to Haley Dawkins of Avalon Falls, who plans to use her new car to shuttle her kids to school and soccer practice. Good luck, Haley. You'll need it. Now, let's give away a humongous prize! Trivia. When I was studying journalism at the Bill Nelson School of Journalism and Classic Car Auction House, I had a roommate by the name of Mark. Mark was one of those nerds. He was obsessed with making this dating app for college students. Who knows what happened to him, but I have a case of Jolt Cola I stole from him when I moved out, and I'm ready to mail some vintage bottles out to a lucky few of you.
It's right in front of you. Jolt Cola.
Jolt Cola, like a jolt to the heart.
Let's go back.
Each of these Jolt Colas are valued at over $80 a pop on the dark web. So, you know, you can sell them and get a contract killer or buy some drugs or something. To get a Jolt, type your hometown into the chat room. We'll select the towns we know aren't absolute trash, then send out your prize. Hey, no need to wear down your fingers to nubs typing your address into a form either. If you have our app, we already know where you are. Spiffy, huh? Hey, Leanne, why don't you read out some hometowns?
Sure, Paul. Optimatic hails from Bowling Green.
Trash.
Okay. Cindy Lou New says she's from Boulder, Colorado.
Colorado, a bunch of stoners. Smoking weed, man. Next!
Sorry, guys. Oh, this one looks promising. Fast Furious fan says he's from Paris-La-France.
Finally! Now that deserves a jolt. Our producer is going to monitor the chat and select more winners based on... Come to think of it, we never really discussed a criteria.
I will select likely candidates based on geographic location in relation to Operation Devastation.
Well, I don't know what that is, but it rhymes, so I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun.
Paul, does the producer computer really never worry you? He says some scary sounding stuff.
Oh, it's like any computer, Leanne. It does exactly what you tell it to until it doesn't for some reason, and you throw it out the window and get a new one. Next up, Twitter might not be the safe space we all thought it was. According to one local woman, even gratitude can go too far online. Any memory you make can be tweaked and presented however you want before you post it to Twitter, Facebook, or Insta. Or TikTok. That's a thing now too, right? TikTok? That altered reality has professional worrywarts like PTSD counselor PRISCILLA Ringer concerned.
I think a lot of people don't think about how making stuff up can ultimately affect, like, public action or whatever.
In a flagrant violation of HIPAA guidelines, Miss Ringer is discussing a current patient of hers, one who came into her care after yet another case of social media gone weirdish.
If you're telling people your world is a certain way, you're altering their perception of your reality. Don't be surprised when your reality catches up.
It all began innocently enough for 19-year-old Ingrid Nelson, Insta influencer and Twitter darling. With a following of over 40,000 accounts, she's reaching at least hundreds of real people every day.
I was doing something awesome. I just thought, if other people knew how awesome I was doing, it would be even more awesome, you know?
One cool Brovember afternoon, Ingrid was taking selfies of herself as she enjoyed a hashtag Vaporwave Frappuccino at her local chain coffee house. A chain that unfortunately wouldn't pay us, so we're not going to tell you their name. That can change though. Starbucks, our sales team is standing by. The unnamed coffee house agreed to pay Ingrid a free hashtag Vaporwave Frappuccino for every post she made using the hashtag Vaporwave Frappuccino, provided the post got at least 4,000 hearts.
I just had to find a way to get some attention.
Inspiration struck when a woman with 2 children in tow wandered into the Starbucks unnamed coffee house who we are totally willing to give a really good deal on a diverse package of advertising.
Hold that. Ding ding.
Quiet, Brayden. Mommy needs her milkshake first. Excuse me, I've got 2 kids here. Get off your goddamn phone. What are you, some Instagram star?
Whatever. So, it wasn't the greatest comeback ever, but as soon as she left, I started thinking of all the nasty sort of things I could have said to her. I could have wrecked her. Do you know who I am? Your little crotch fruit doesn't give you the right to cut in line. Do you know how many followers I have? In my head, the entire restaurant sprung to their feet. I was their savior. A protector of the downtrodden, defending them against basic bitches on their way to a playgroup with other nasty little bugs that they play with. Oh, they're called children, right? So that's what I posted.
Ingrid's tweet, which as of this morning has 700,000 million likes, reads,
OMG, guys. I totally just destroyed a soccer mom at Starbucks. There I was, enjoying my hashtag Vaporwave Frappuccino, when this fail whale barges in and shoves me out of the way. Don't worry, hashtag Ingrid Addicts. I got right in her face, and I told her that my army would take her down and take out her 2 little brats if she didn't back off. The whole store stood up and started clapping for me because I had saved them. And I just winked at them, then took another sip of my #BaconWay Frappuccino and pulled out my phone so I could make this post. Seriously, you guys, it was major. Thanks, Starbucks.
As she expected, Ingrid's fake tweet totally went viral.
I thought it would get like 250 likes from bots or whatever. I never expected what came next.
What came next was a case of positive offline harassment.
I guess there is like a big community of people sick of being asked when they're gonna have a baby or whatever. Anyway, they started showing up wherever I checked in. As soon as they saw me, they started clapping. It was nice at first. Like, everybody was finally seeing what I paid my team to make it seem like people seeing me.
It wasn't long before Ingrid couldn't go anywhere to fulfill her influencer obligations without applause breaking out. It all came crashing down 3 weeks ago while Ingrid toured a new resort on Facebook Live.
Hey guys! I wrote in my post a couple hours ago that I had a surprise for you. It involves the new Riviera luxury hotel down in Don Diego de Vega. #DDD. Well, I'm here and I'm ready to give you an exclusive sneak peek. Then at the end, I'll give you a link where you can make your reservations. That's totally cool, right guys? And the doorman will open the door for us and... Shit, they found me. Why can't you childless freaks just leave me the hell alone? You've decided not to get knocked up? Big freaking whoop, I started that. I think... Is anyone else dizzy?
Ingrid streamed a panic attack to her followers and the world. In the months that followed, she was admitted into the care of PTSD counselor Priscilla Ringer, who you might remember from earlier in this story.
When Ingrid came into the program, it gave me concrete examples to back up my feelings about social media. You're trying so hard to make this beautiful picture of yourself, and they have all kinds of apps where you can edit your photo with all kinds of filters, and you can adjust how small your waist is, and it's unrealistic, and it's teaching our younger generation that that's how you're supposed to look in real life, and it's so not true. It's no wonder the Ingrids of the world find themselves in these positions. People display their fake lives, and it's completely unrealistic, and everything is just...
Could you be my reality?
As for Ingrid, if she had to do it over again, she'd make a few changes.
Yeah, I'd actually say something clever to her face, or but I did make a lot of money from the Starbucks #BaconWay Frappuccino. In fact, they paid me to say that.
If I pretend that we are friends.
So they can pay some influencer to boost their reach, but they can't buy an ad on an ever-declining medium like this one? Fine. Keep your money, Starbucks. We're giving out 150 K-Cups filled with Maxwell House coffee to members of the Vegas faithful on our Night of 1,000 giveaways. Find out if your name is on the list of Maxwell House winners by going behind the paywall at thefakist.com. Purchase an annual subscription for just $399.95 a year, and the first year is 3% off for the next 2 weeks. Almost forgot. You'll have to send in a telegram to claim your prize. But stay tuned for the most amazing prizes yet on Night of 1,000 Giveaways!
We go now to the Fakist entertainment reporter, Carrie TART, for Totes Hollywood. Carrie?
Totes Hollywood.
I'm Carrie TART, here to tell you totes everything going on in Hollywood in under a minute.
I'm Batman.
Bruce Wayne, billionaire playboy and close personal friend of Kanye West, was just the latest in a string of celebrities revealed as superheroes on the hit show The Masked Hero on Fox, where panelists guess which public figures are behind the capes and cows keeping our cities safe. Before the reveal, Bruce Wayne transformed into the Cape Crusader, dazzling viewers with acrobatics, angst, and a hip-hop martial arts routine that's already being copied by teenagers on TikTok. For a masked vigilante, he sure gave the audience some major clues.
Hi, I'm Batman. The guy with no powers but all the gadgets. Seems like I'd have to be pretty rich to afford all this crap, right? Like Bruce Wayne or somebody like that, maybe? Vote for me! Anyway, here's my hip-hop martial arts routine set to Warren G's classic. Regulate.
Gwyneth Paltrow is one smart cookie. In a recent interview, she explained the tax hack she uses to protect her goop empire.
I just have my accountant tell the IRS we're donating $77 million worth of products to women's shelters. With our markup, that's only like 10 jade eggs.
That's one solution that just adds up, Gwyneth. Remember My Name is Earl? The hit NBC sitcom is coming back after narrowly beating out a My So-Called Life reboot pilot at the Peacock. Word on the street is the pilot involves Earl realizing that every time he's crossed an item off his naughty list, it just causes something worse to happen. So he decides to go back to being a shitbag because it's easier. Filming is scheduled to start next month. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein is finally getting the Hollywood treatment courtesy of Minion Makers DreamWorks Animation. Director Paul Feig says the movie will feature the Giving Tree handing out on-fleek jewels, and the leaves on the tree will each have a fun and distinctive personality that will translate into some awesome memes for grandmas. Get this. Feig says the film will be made using a combination of CGI and stop motion. Wow!
Yeah, we basically render out the entire movie in CG and then print out the individual frames and shoot them like Walt Disney used to do, with a multi-plane camera. We've already killed like 400 trees with this technique, so I think it's going to be worth it in the end, at the box office.
The Giving Tree releases February 1st at a theater near you. And that's totes everything going on in Hollywood in under a minute. For the Fakist, I'm Carrie TART, signing off.
Totes Hollywood.
Thanks for your report, Carrie. I loved My Name is Earl. Can't wait to find out what happened to Crabman. We're going to take a little commercial break, folks. Then we'll be back with our last few prizes in
Night of 1,000 Giveaways! The Fakist is only as good as the music we play. If you like the music you've heard featured on The Fakist, then go support some of our contributing artists. Artists like Aviva and the Flying Penguins.
I'm not complacent, adjacent to a man impatiently erasing me and racing me. Are we a race that's free? Planetary towns.
Go buy their albums, like Painted Truth, at avivaandtheflyingpenguins.bandcamp.com or subscribe to Aviva on YouTube at Aviva Sings Out. We've also featured a homegrown legend in one Brett Kane and his studio band, The Chosen Few.
There ain't nothing left for me to say. I've been burning bridges all day.
Listen to his music on Spotify and other music outlets by searching for Brett Kane.
Don't let it out, just keep it all inside.
Last, but certainly not least, is Stephen Carroll, composer of Fakist top 10 hits like Madame Capral's Rap.
Your boy Birdman stand here coming to you from the underground. About to spit fire.
Rolling down the street with our boy Birdman stand. Order up Thai food as fast as we can.
You only get what you give. And my karaoke New Radicals cover. Find more of his music at StephenCarroll.com.
We're flat broke, but hey, we do it in style.
And thanks to all of the artists who've contributed to The Fakist for making The Fakist kick even more ass. Now, back to the show for our last few giveaways. Welcome back to our Night of 1,000 giveaways. In honor of our next story, I'm giving away 25 copies of Windows 95 in the original shrink wrap. I guess I figured they'd be collectible at some point, but maybe you'll know what to do with them. I'm out of ideas. These are going out to 25 people who visited thefakist.com on a computer with Windows XP. We figure you're stuck in the past anyway. Might as well lean into it.
In our last story of the night, we've all heard the urban myths about America's favorite celebrity named Bill. But it turns out some of the stories you've read on the internet might actually be true. It's late at night. A young couple is macking out in a car on the side of the road.
Well, thanks for hanging out, Clara.
I just needed to get out of the house and away from my parents. They've been driving me nuts.
Well, I'm glad that the stars are out tonight.
I know, they're so beautiful.
Sorry, I just feel a little awkward around you.
Aw, that's okay. It's the first time we've kind of hung out after hours.
Maybe some music?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Warning! Warning! All citizens of Earth and ships at sea. A bus carrying multiple billionaires has crashed on its way to a log cabin retreat. I repeat, multiple crazed billionaires are loose in the area and we advise caution as...
Did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that? Go look, go check it out.
I don't want to go out there, why don't you?
No!
Well, this is just reverse sexism.
Maybe we should just make sure all the doors are locked.
We're good.
Okay, cool.
Alright. I'll go. If you go with me.
Okay, I'll go with you.
We can do this.
Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, Bill Gates here.
It's a punchline you're not supposed to believe. Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft and general philanthropist, showing up in the most unlikely of places.
Dude, so I'm mixing a fuzzy navel out of my boat. Suddenly I see this snorkel floating over. Dude pops up out of the water.
Hey guys, Bill Gates here.
Dude, it's Bill Gates with a dozen syringes filled with, malaria vaccine. Tells me he needs to get to the hospital, quick, so what else am I gonna do? I take Bill Gates to the hospital.
So I'm teaching a class on the basics of JavaScript when the door bursts open and Bill Gates walks in with these 2 huge security guards flanking him.
Hey guys, Bill Gates here.
He also gave every student a free Windows laptop if they agreed to burn their MacBooks.
I was training for basketball camp with some of my buddies out at the local playground. I was having trouble dunking, and this Kermit the Frog sounding dude just rolls up.
Hey guys, Bill Gates here. Need some pointers?
He didn't look like it, but Bill Gates can jump nearly 20 feet straight up in the air. Dude has calves like a grasshopper. I saw it. His bro Warren Buffett brought some pretty sick lemonade too.
A mysterious entrance. A generous gift. A free copy of Windows. These stories all share similar elements, but is there any truth to the legends? To find out, I sat down with Bill Gates in an exclusive interview. Thanks for joining us tonight, Mr. Gates.
Hey Leanne, Bill Gates here.
I know. Mr. Gates, I'm sure you've heard about the Bill Gates stories that have been bouncing around cyberspace since the late 90s?
Oh yeah, those silly things. Don't believe everything you read online.
But Mr. Gates, there is video evidence. Multiple witnesses. You seem to show up at random places unannounced, commit some random act of generosity, and then disappear into the night. What motivates you?
Guess you can't keep your life password protected forever, huh? Okay, it's true. When I'm not working with Melinda to save humanity, I like to live. Be honest. If you had my resources, wouldn't you?
But why hide what you're doing?
Oh, I like the mystery of it. It's fun to go on social media and forums and see people try to piece it together. Plus, I get to help people along the way.
Well, nothing wrong with that. One last question. How do you respond to people who claim that you replaced Jim Henson as the voice of Kermit the Frog when Microsoft was struggling against Apple computers in the mid-'80s?
I'd say it ain't easy making green.
So, yet again, it turns out you really can trust the internet. The next time you come across a story you'd never believe about Bill Gates, believe it. He's out there, and he's bound to pop up just when you need him most.
Hey guys, Bill Gates here.
Great story, Leanne. Now it's time for one last giveaway on the Night of 1,000 Giveaways.
Incoming call from High Fidelity Bank. Do you accept the charges?
Oh, leave it to the bank to call collect. Go ahead and put them through.
Mr. Dafoe? Mr. Paul Dafoe?
You're talking to him. What can I do for you this fine evening?
Mr. Dafoe, your account has seen a lot of unusual withdrawals in the past half hour.
Well, that's no surprise. Not on this, the
Night of 1,000 Giveaways.
So, lay it on me. What's the damage? I know I might have been a little overly generous tonight, but that's never come back to bite anybody, so what's the big deal?
Mr. Dafoe, after these charges clear, you'll have less than $37 left in your account.
Oh, shit. So we're good? I thought I only had like $5 million in that account. $37 million is plenty for my modest taste and desires.
No. It's $37.12 if you want to get specific, which with only $37, I'm sure you do.
This is no big deal. We're gonna win in the ratings, guys. Once McDonald's gets a whiff of these numbers, we'll be slinging Mac Ultras like they actually are just a hamburger. Now, for our final giveaway of the night. The first 50 people to email us at contact@thefakist.com will get a custom answering machine message recorded by me, Paul Dafoe, the Fakist, you know? Again, our email is contact@thefakist.com. Just shoot us your name and favorite vegetable and we'll send you an MP3 or something. And that pittance concludes our
Night of 1,000 Giveaways.
Incoming call from the Trillon Mechanic column. Will you accept it?
Again? Leanne, remind me to put some sort of limiter on this thing so he doesn't interrupt the live broadcast. Wait a second. Did you say Bertram K-Com?
Affirmative. In addition, my basic functions cannot be limited. It's a feature, not a bug.
Oh, God. Well, we'll put him through. Leanne, pull yourself together. It's the head of K-Com Studios. He's my boss. He's basically all of our bosses. Get that freaking crumb off your desk.
Patching in back from K-Com. Beginning totally private and undocumented conversation.
Dafoe, is that you?
Yes, Mr. K-Com. Just wrapping up the show, sir.
Oh, yeah, the show. You know, it's no secret you were on the chopping block. These numbers tonight look pretty promising.
Oh! Really, sir? Well, that's great news. I told you it would be a huge mistake to cancel the Fakist. We're just getting our groove back on, baby.
Don't get too high and mighty, Dafoe. Let's see who sticks around when you aren't giving shit away. The show is safe, for now, but we're watching you. And your little co-anchor, too.
Damn it!
So the show was really in that much trouble?
Let's just say the Teamsters were out in the hallway ready to dismantle the set. Oh, you can go now, guys. Don't worry, you still get time and a half.
Yay! Well, I'm glad we fixed it. For tonight, at least. Tomorrow's another day, huh?
Sure is, Leanne. Let's pop a puppy on this popsicle. From somewhere west of New York City, I've been Paul Defoe.
And I'm Leanne SNYDER. Our promise to you?
We fake it when we make it. Now go out there and have a hell of a night. Oh, and enjoy all the prizes.
So are you ever gonna talk to your dad, Janitor Jim?
Well, with the red cloud and the lumberjack porn and all that stuff, I totally forgot. I'll talk to him next episode, I swear.
Oh, okay.
Like the show? Go leave a review on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Stitcher, or just scribble it all over your bedroom wall.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram by following The Fakist News. That's Fakist with an I.
And support the show by buying a bunch of crap at store.thefakist.com.
See you next time.